Alright, so there's basically deck tech at the deck. I starting with the energy. So we're using 4 fire, 2 psychic, 2 luminous, and neo upper. Neo upper because with all the card selection, it's very easy to find it, and this deck built to be as fast as possible. We're using only 2 luminous because we only running 2 monkeys. That's the only reason we have them there. It also could go with the Dragapult or the Charizard when needed. Since we're doing 2 Zard, we need to have at least the minimum amount of energy to get both Zards enough energy. And of course 2 Psychic energy to again make up for the 2 Dragapults we're playing. So you go to Pokemon now. We go in 2 Charmander, 1 Charmeleon, 2 Charizard because there's the main attacker and the finisher. We have Psyduck because does know I shouldn't be cursing, but it's too late now. Again, 2 monkeys because we're using big Pokemon, so we can move that damage off and just work that out. We're using Fez, and we have 4 Dracloaks and 4 Dreepies because they are both our card selection engine, as well as to go into Dragapult. And even if they target them, they don't know which one we're going to go into, because when you get into the items, we're playing 4 rare candy. So you don't know if you're going to go from a Dreepy into a Dragapult or Charmander into Charmeleon. If you're going to go from the Dracloak, they have no clue. So them targeting your bench, basically useless. We have 3 bodies because we have Nest Ball, and we're also using 2 copies of Dawn. So just between all those cards, there is many ways to find a basic. On top of that, we're using Drayton, which looks like a top 7. Most people never use the card, they'll start using it from next year after rotation. So this is my bridge deck for rotation. It looks like top 7, takes a trainer. Mind you, everything besides Pokemon Energy are trainers and a Pokemon. So this can find both rare candy and an evolution, as well as any trainer to support as well. On top of that, we also doing 2 of the Pokegears, so that'll help us find and pick whatever trainer we want to get. So this deck is mostly about just digging deep and finding what you need for answers. We have 2 stretchers in case of emergency for anything. They're not for any Pokemon or energy in particular. It's whatever you need it for. We have of course 1 Super Rod, and that is most of the time to send back the fire energy from Charizard, so you can evolve 1 back up that turn and bring the energy back out. We have 1 Flamethrower to get rid of like legacy energy or battle cage. And then we have the normal stadium to lock off all those pesky Dunsparce and stuff like that, and Ursalunas. We only need 1/1 because this deck is quick, so most of the time you're not going to be trying to counter play people and stuff, because even if you have a battle cage, you're not worried about battle cage. Okay, just go and take your knockouts and win the game. Again, the deck is really quick. It doesn't matter if you're starting with Dragapult or Charizard. The point is to just get one off the ground and start swinging. You usually have an insane amount of cards in your hand, so you're not worried about like building hand or anything like that. It's mostly just gas, just like the last build, but this one is much faster. I took the Arven out because since we're using the Neo up, I have no reason to search for tools, because you can see in this deck there are no tools. There are also no retreat items, because again, if you're retreating, you're already losing. So that's how your deck runs, because again, everything in your deck can evolve or do some significant damage outside of Fez. And even Fez, you can Zard into Fez and then kill something. If they're not playing Dusknoir, do not play the Psyduck. Simple as that. This build is also a transition into rotation, meaning that as rotation happens, everything stays in the deck except for Charizard. The entire line, all the G cards will go. I have a secondary build, here you go, that I'm not going to preview yet, but this is the build for after rotation, which is just as lethal. It lacks not as much power as Charizard, but it's already ready. It has all the cards. It actually functions. So that's basically the rundown on the deck. You'll see gameplay on my channel. You'll see other important stuff, but that's basically it. It functions just like the previous Charizard deck, but it's much faster with the Drayton and the Dawns, because you're just basically picking whatever you want. I didn't mention the 2 Hilders because, again, it's all about card selection and whatever you want to get. Because Hilda, most item will find a missing energy, luminous, all this, so you have no need. I'm not using colorless because this is not based on stadiums or anything like that. We only running 2 bosses because in this format, killing 2 megas wins you the game, so you're not worried about that. And even if you're not running megas, killing an EX and a non-rule box Pokemon is 3 prizes. Do that twice, you win the game. So with the right setup, you're already going to win just with these. No counter catch or anything like that, because trying to minimize items, so item luck not going to affect you as much. Yes, you have rare candies, but everything else could go up all on its own. So you're not losing anything still. And that is also why I run the Drayton, because Drayton could find its way out of anything, because even if it finds another supporter, that sets you up for next turn. The hand control you have against Golden Go and those other draw decks like a snapping card trying to my name, Alakazam. We have 206 because one is just for use and to disrupt them. The second one is to be lethal because you're hoping to make them discard the main pieces. And of course we have one Iono. So we have to use this sparingly. The Iono is usually just the counterbalance for late game, where after you have Dragapult and Charizard set up on your bench with Drapies and anything else, when everybody down to like 2 or 1 card, you're just going to cinch the game because with just the engine of the Dracloaks and having a Fez to draw 3, even if both of you go down to 1 card, you're getting 2, so that is 3. And then 3, that is 6, you back to a full grip while they're still on 1. And that's basically how the deck will run. Alright, so now that the deck tech part finished and you get this far, this part is just extra notes. So first thing first, this deck is what I'll call a transition to rotation. That's what I'll call it, because I'm taking out all the cards that are necessary that won't be here in rotation in April, because I want to prepare and get used to using the new cards. So that's why I don't have Arvens and that kind of stuff in the deck. But I did keep some of the cards in rotation, so the deck's still functional. But functionally, I can actually take out all the rotation cards and replace them, and the deck functions roughly the same. So, as a result of that, this is what I end up with, because I want to actually practice before rotation so that I won't be just caught with my pants down when it's time to lose these cards. And that's about it. So that's with the odd choices and all of that, until we eventually find exactly what we're looking for. So I hope you'll enjoy, give it a try, tell me what you think, like, comment and subscribe, and thanks again for the support. Hopefully I can see you all soon. This is me out here in Arceus, again as expected. Perfect way to start the new year. Alright, and goodbye, see you all, and enjoy the outro music.